deliberating whether to strike the Houthis in the first place. Joining our conversation, Arizona Democratic Senator Mark Kelly, member of the Senate Intel Committee. Senator, I want to pick up where you left off there. Isn't it a problem that practically the entire Trump national security team was debating this on an unsecured messaging app?
It's a huge problem, and it's reckless. I think there was some carelessness that set up the whole situation where this happened in the first place, creating the signal chain, inviting a journalist. But when you start putting operational details, which in the DoD ecosystem is the most sensitive information we have, when you're about to send, in this case, pilots feet dry over the beach into enemy territory where there is a significant surface-to-air missile threat, this is the kind of information that if it gets out, gets people killed. It is disrespectful to our service members. It's dangerous, and there should be accountability because of it.
Senator, you were told that this is not the only signal chat. There were other signal chains involving Trump officials. What do we know about those chains?
Well, I don't have any details about that. I asked if this occurs in other instances, whether they use Signal for other things. I suspected they did. But the big question is what is shared on those separate text message exchanges, essentially, is what it is. And Signal is more secure than a regular text message. But we also know that the Russians, the Chinese, the Iranians, they try to access our devices. They can crack that encryption. And if you're the vice president or the Secretary of State, National Security Advisor, Secretary of Defense, you've got to know that they're trying to get into your device in these applications, these commercial applications. And because of that, you just don't share this information. If these individuals that did this as part of the president's national security team, if they were like mid-level or even senior officers in the military, admirals, generals, they would be fired for this. This is clearly against the rules. It's against the law. It should never have happened.
Guess you've called for Pete Hegseth to resign. Should Mike Waltz resign as well?
I think Mike made a careless mistake here. If you go back and you look at what was shared on Signal in this text chain, it wasn't him that was sharing what I view as classified information. But even beyond classified, this is the most sensitive information that the Department of Defense has. Hours before conducting a strike. That was shared by the Secretary of Defense.
But to your point, they should not have been deliberating on one of these apps in the first place. How do you guarantee that they don't use these apps in the future for similar deliberations?
Well, I think all of them realize that they really screwed this up. So I would expect that they've learned their lesson here, and they're not going to use unsecured systems for these kind of conversations. And you're right, they were deliberating about whether to strike another country.
Senator, go ahead, sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
No,
go ahead.
I went back and I was watching your floor speech during Hegseth's confirmation, and you called Hegseth the least prepared nominee to lead the Defense Department. Is this the kind of thing you feared would happen when you made that speech?
Yes, this is 100%. We're 60 days in. And this is not the first thing he has screwed up. On his first trip to Germany, he was saying stuff that was inconsistent with our foreign policy, that was causing our allies to really consider our relationship, things that were really concerning. So this isn't the first instance of this. I imagine there's others that we don't even know about. And it's because they put somebody in charge of the Defense Department that is unqualified for the job. He should have never even be considered for this position. It's unfortunate that the president nominated him for this. I think what's really incredibly unfortunate for our country is the United States Senate confirmed him for this position.
Well, to that point, we know that your Republican colleagues on the Hill are fond of whispering to their Democratic colleagues about how concerned and upset they are, even if they won't share those same sentiments in public. What are they saying to you about this text thread?
I have Republican colleagues that are concerned about what happened here, serious concerns. I'm not going to share exactly what they said, and I certainly am never going to share who it comes from. I've got a great relationship with my Republican colleagues, but I think it's fair to say that they're disturbed by this as well.
Maybe you can put us all on a Signal chat and then accidentally add me to it, and then I will know what it is that they are saying when they speak with you. I have one last question for you, Senator. You talked about what this means for pilots who are conducting sensitive missions. You yourself have been one of those pilots. What do you say to them? What do you tell them about their safety, about their security, when this is the team leading America's national security?
Right. I know when I went first dry on my first combat mission, I had a missile blow up right next to my airplane, and another one shot at me. I nearly got shot down. If I would have found out later that that happened because of an action the Secretary of Defense took that was reckless, I'd be really pissed off. What do I say to our pilots out there? We're going to do better. The United States government here in Washington, D.C. has to do better. The president has to hold people accountable when things like this happen. It is not fair to everybody who puts their life on the line to serve this great country. It's not fair to them. So somebody should be held accountable. It should be the Secretary of Defense, in my view, in this case. And we are going to work to do better because we have so many young men and women across the globe that every single day are putting their lives at risk for us.
And they deserve better. Senator Mark Kelly of Arizona, thank you so much, sir, for your time. Paul, you are sticking with me. Before we go, some breaking news just in the last few minutes. A federal appeals court